Hi everyone, good afternoon, and welcome to your 45-minute practice on this beautiful Tuesday. Today we're going to be focusing on tapas. So that is one of the 5 niyamas, one of the 8 limbs of yoga from the Yoga Sutras. So tapas is all about self-discipline. So as we move through this class, a little challenging, definitely going to build a little heat in the body, although I want you to modify and change any shape if you need to along the way. But while we move through this class, not only will we build sort of that inner fire, that tapas, but we're also going to create self-discipline and awareness in all these shapes as we move together. And the goal with tapas is to not achieve greatness, but that journey to greatness. And just cultivating that self-discipline within yourself, which I personally definitely need to work on, and I'm sure someone else does too. So that's what we're going to work on today. I don't have any props for this class, but you are welcome to use whatever you'd like. I'd like to start today at the back of the mat. And I want you to take a seat. You're welcome to sit on a prop, or you can just find a comfortable seat. Go ahead and drop the palms in your lap and close your eyes. And drop into the body and take a cleansing breath or 2 or 3, however many you need today. Be mindful to soften the shoulders and the face as you anchor into the body. Where in your life do you feel you could use a little more tapas, self-discipline? And so there's not really a right or wrong answer to that question. Maybe you're not sure, and that's fine. But just begin to sort of create awareness around the idea of self-discipline. And maybe today it'll just show up for you physically in this practice as we move together. Maybe there's a moment where you think it's easier to just come out of the pose altogether, but instead you hold for that extra breath and really step into the fire and challenge yourself just a bit. Begin to deepen your breath here. Begin to breathe with intention, maybe firing up your Ujjayi pranayama breath. And then as you're ready, go ahead and make your way into child's pose on your mat. Any of you who practice at home with pets know my struggle of my pets not wanting anything to do with me all day, and then as soon as I step into my yoga room, they want to be all over the yoga mat. So in your child's pose, your knees can be together, or you can separate the knees wide. Just take one more moment in this shape to really look within yourself. Check in with yourself, with how you're feeling, with how you're doing today. And then nice and slow, find your way into downward facing dog. Taking as much time as you need to move, to pedal your feet. Coming back to the breath. Take a deep inhale. Open your mouth and really let that go. Go ahead and seal your lips. Ujjayi breath in and out the nose. Lift the heels here as you inhale. Exhale gently with bent knees. Drive the heels down and back. Make this movement really slow. Inhale, gently lift the heels.
Exhale with soft knees. Drive the heels down and back. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down and back. Go ahead and roll yourself all the way to a high plank here. And pause as you exhale. So if your hands are a little bit wider in your down dog, go ahead and walk your hands towards one another in high plank so that your wrists are right under your shoulders. And then really spread your fingers wide and press your knuckles down into the earth. Lift the belly button towards the spine. Activate the legs here. And as you're lifting pulling the crown of the head forward, you're extending your heels back behind you. Take one more breath. Exhale, lower the knees down, sit back, child's pose. Take a breath. Breath out. Come back up to downward facing dog. Pause here as you exhale. Now lift your heels high, inhale. Exhale, let's walk to the top of the mat. Come into ragdoll. Separate your feet. Bend your knees as much as you'd like. Really focus on dropping the torso, dropping the head, and gently just pull your elbows down towards the earth. Maybe the ears and shoulders begin to meet. One more breath here. Go ahead and release the arms down. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Now let's move here. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, big forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway lift. Fingertips on the earth or palms to shins. Exhale, fold, hands plant, step back to high plank. Take a sip of air here. Drop down to the knees if you'd like. Lower all the way down to the belly, hugging the elbows in as you lower down. Uncurl the back toes. Let's begin with cobra just to warm up the back of the body. And we can move into upward facing dog further in the practice if you'd like. Palms press down, elbows hug in, tops of the feet down. Nice long neck here. Inhale, slightly lift. And lower, exhale. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, lift for cobra. Exhale, lower. One more round. Inhale, lift your heart. And lower, exhale. Push back to downward facing dog. So just a gentle sun A here to warm up the body. We're just creating energy and heat. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Set your gaze between your hands and then make your way to that spot at the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. And fold, exhale. Inhale, roll yourself up, mountain pose. Exhale, your hands to your heart. And then we begin again. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. High plank, step it back. Take a breath here. Lower to the belly, exhale. One cobra here. Inhale, lift your heart. And lower, exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Lengthen the exhale out. One more inhale, lift the heels. Big exhale out, bend the knees, look forward. And then you're going to move with empty lungs to the top of your mat. Lift halfway. And fold. Inhale, mountain, reach high. Exhale your hands to your heart. Go ahead and sit back in chair pose. Bring your fingertips down to maybe barely touch the earth. Inhale, chair. Exhale, back to stand. Hands at the heart. Inhale, reach high. And fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, high plank, step back. If you'd like, you can take chaturanga up dog, or you can keep lowering all the way to the belly and take cobra on the inhale. So just begin to move your body in a way that feels authentic to you. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's lift the heels, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step, walk or hop. Inhale, lengthen halfway and fold. Mountain pose, ground down through the feet as you reach high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's take the chair one more time. Begin to sit low and back. Maybe the fingertips touch the earth. Inhale, lift the heart, reach high. Exhale, come to stand, hands at the heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. High plank, step back. Pause for a breath. Move on the exhale. Come into downward facing dog. Now, if you can, stay right here. So if your go-to is to drop into child's pose, just play with the edge of the stretch here. Maybe play with a little bit of that self-discipline and see if you can hold this down dog and just really breathe into it. Now, if at any point anything is hurting or feels too much, of course, drop down. But this is an opportunity for you to really tap in and listen to your own body and maybe find a little bit of a challenge. Take one more breath here. Let it go, exhale. Alrighty, go ahead and walk your feet in just a little bit here so you're shortening your down dog. Hands are glued down onto the earth. Let's begin by lifting the right leg back behind you for three-legged dog. Now this leg doesn't need to be super high. I want you to really activate and hug in towards the center line so the right leg is working. And see if you can begin to walk your hands back towards your left foot while lifting that right leg up. Be mindful and try to not sway side to side if you can until you reach a standing split with the right leg lifted high. So what we're doing is moving into our warrior three. So from here, really activate the core and flex the right toes down towards the mat. Maybe you begin to bring the hands to the hips as you lift the chest slightly up. And then opportunity to stay here, to bring the hands to the heart. Or for 2 more breaths, extending full here for warrior three, really reaching forward. 1 more breath. Exhale, we fold back into standing split, and then we're going to walk right back out to that three-legged dog. Keep the right leg lifted high. Take 1 more breath. Exhale, step the right foot through. Come into a runner's lunge here for just a moment. Keep the back knee lifted. Really ground down through that back foot. And then slowly lift up. Come into crescent lunge. Extend the arms high. Really activate the belly here. Soften the shoulders. And to dial up this pose, dial up the breath. So the breath really does a lot for us. We don't necessarily have to do something physical to create a challenge or to create a little more heat in the body. Sometimes just dialing up the breath really helps, if that's what you're looking for, which today it is. Take 1 more breath here, reach high. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Gently lower the back knee all the way down to the floor, nice and slow so you don't harm that back knee. And then we'll take a twist here. Inhale, lift up, and then twist over to the right as you exhale. Left elbow outside of that right knee. Gaze is soft. So when we move through challenging shapes, it's easy for us to hold the tension in our face, the jaw. So see if you can soften. Maybe you hold tension elsewhere. So soften those places. Just a few more breaths here. Make sure you're breathing as you're wringing out the organs and detoxing the body with the exhale. Tapas is also getting rid of those impurities so we can strive for greatness. So wringing out any impurities in the body. One more breath. And exhale. Gently release. Inhale here in low lunge. Take a breath, reach high. And just pause. Hug the thighs towards one another. Just feel that nice gentle stretch in the front of that left hip here. Breathe in. And exhale, hands to the earth. Step back. Take a vinyasa if you'd like. And we'll all meet in down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Seal your lips here. Keep that inner fire building. Go ahead and step your dog in just a little bit. Now, personally, I do this for lack of space, so I can actually extend my leg back. So you may not need to step in, and that's fine. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Remember to really hug the inner thighs towards one another, hugging the outer hips in, so you feel everything hugging in. And then slowly begin to walk the hands back. Take as many little handprint steps as you need to the back of your mat until you find standing split. And really flex those left toes down towards the earth, kicking the left heel high. Really gentle bend in the standing knee as always, anytime we're balancing. Begin to bring the hands to the hips, lifting up, moving into warrior 3 nice and slow. Maybe the hands come towards the heart. Maybe for 2 more breaths, they extend forward. 1 more breath. And then release down, come back to your standing split. Walk back out to your 3-legged dog. Take 1 more sip of air, reach the left leg high, and then exhale, step through runner's lunge with the left leg forward. And before we move, just ground down through the front foot. And then gently float the arms high for crescent lunge. Finding some softness here and dialing up the breath. So notice for today's practice, we're not really doing like a lot of intense movements or a ton of shapes in 45 minutes just to build heat and tapas and self-discipline. We already are in a world where we are just going all the time. So creating self-discipline actually needs to happen in those moments where we're kind of forced to be still. Sometimes that's really hard for a lot of us. Take 1 more breath, lift the heart. Hands to the heart, lower the back knee down. Take a breath in to find a little more length. And then twist to the left as you exhale, right elbow outside of that left knee. Or take any other version of a twist that feels okay. You can always open up the arms. And we're here, so we breathe. Imagine with the exhales that you're really wringing out the body and ridding yourself of anything you're holding on to, anything that's weighing you down. As you're ready, gently release the twist and then inhale. Find low lunge, extending the arms high, feeling the stretch in the front of your right hip. Take 1 more breath. Exhale the hands down, back to downward facing dog. From down dog, take a breath in. And an exhale, let it go. Really nice, again, like that inhale. And exhale. Now, seal the lips and come back to your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Let's lift the right leg high on your next inhale. Go ahead and step all the way through as you exhale and ground your back foot down. Come into Trikonasana triangle. So straighten your front leg. Take your right fingertips to the right shin or even a little bit higher. A block is really nice under the right hand here. And extend the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bring your awareness to the side body here. See if you can really fill up some space and get a good stretch with the breath. Feel your feet on the earth. And feel the inhale and exhale. Take one more round of breath. And out. Come all the way up to stand here. Rotate your toes to face forward. And then bring your hands behind your back and find a clasp here, bringing the palms together. Or if that's too much, you could always hold a towel or a shirt or even grab opposite elbows. If none of that feels good in the shoulders, keep your hands on your hips. Let's take a moment to find a little bit of length. Inhale. And then exhale, take a wide leg fold and keep this bind if that feels good in the shoulders. I want you to focus more on lifting the hands up towards the sky versus drawing and driving the shoulder blades down the back. Drop the head. Deep breaths. See if you can activate the quads and the belly to help you fold a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, release the hands. Come to a halfway lift here, nice long spine. As you exhale, bring the hands to the hips and lift all the way up. Let's rotate to the back of the mat. Shorten your stance here a little bit. We'll come into pyramid. So we're facing the back of the mat here. Just be mindful that both heels are firmly planted on the earth, so you just don't want that back heel to pop up, just for the sake of this pose. Keep them grounded. Give yourself as much space left and right so you can really pull the hip points forward. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart as you fold just halfway here, so keep a really nice flat back, like you could literally set a bowl of soup and a glass of water on your back. So keep the crown of the head reaching forward, the tailbone reaching back, belly is in. Take one more breath and a breath out, and then fold over that left leg. It's a simple posture, but it does a lot. Like it seems, I should say it looks like a simple posture, but a lot is working in the body. This is great for the hamstrings. Continue to breathe here as you really just let go of tension in the shoulders and the neck. Take one more breath. Lift up halfway. Plant the hands, exhale. Take a vinyasa and make your way back to down dog. Take a breath in. And an exhale. Go ahead and lift the left leg high. Inhale. Exhale, step all the way through. Ground your back foot down. Come into Trikonasana. Left fingertips to left shin. Right arm reaches high. And just be mindful of your feet. Try your best to keep your heel lining up with your back arch or heel to heel. And that just allows for the hips to be in line and you get more out of the stretch. Soften and breathe. Notice where your mind is. Are you here in this moment? Are you here with the body and the breath, or is your mind elsewhere? One more breath in. Come all the way up. We're going to take that forward fold again. This time, let's do something different with the arms. Yogi's choice. You can take the same bind or maybe just bring the hands to the hips. Up to you, but when you're ready, take a fold. And then here's an opportunity to deepen your fold. Maybe you grab the ankles this time around. Maybe you reach the fingertips back behind you. So wild tapas has to do with inner fire and self-discipline and striving for greatness and all those things. There's also an element of softness there too. Begin to lift yourself up halfway. And then hands to the hips. Exhale all the way up. Whew. Back to the front of the mat. Shorten your stance. Taking pyramid on this side. You might notice one side feels different than the other, so just adjust as you need. Let's extend the arms high. Take the big breath in. And then taking that flat back, bring the hands to the heart. Just pause here in your flat back. Be mindful of the hips. You can even wiggle them side to side like I'm doing. So I want you to pull that right hip back. Pull the left forward. Feel that hamstring really fire up and turn on. And deepen the stretch there. Take 2 more breaths here with this really nice flat back. One more inhale. Exhale, fold over the right leg, softening the right knee as much as you need. So these 2 legs don't have to be super straight. You can still get a really nice stretch with a bent knee. Take one more breath. And out. Lift halfway here. Exhale, take a vinyasa back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. Exhale, child's pose. Just sit it back for a couple of breaths so you can really tune back into the body. Take some cleansing breaths here. And begin to roll yourself all the way up. Find a seat, just as we started, at the back of your mat. And we'll take a nice stretch in the shoulders. We've done a lot for the hips today, so let's focus on the upper body for just a moment. We're going to take Garudasana, eagle arms. Extend the arms forward. Take the right arm under, left arm over. And as best as you can, wrap up the arms. And if this feels too much in the shoulders, especially if your shoulders are tight, bring the palms to opposite shoulders and just hug in. If you're in eagle arms, lift your elbows, but drop the shoulders down. And then pull the hands away from your face. Where can you soften a bit more? Inhale. Exhale, round through the upper back as you bring the elbows down towards your belly. Inhale, lift back up. And then exhale, around. So as you're rounding, you're not dropping the elbows as you round. We're keeping them exactly where they are. We're rounding with the upper back. And then when you do that movement in that way, inhale, lift back up, you're going to feel much more of a stretch in the shoulders. And come on up. Extend the arms forward. Roll the shoulders a couple times. Let's take the other side. Left arm under, right arm over, or hug the shoulders. Take a breath. And as you're ready, gently round through the upper back. Keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. Inhale. And just follow your breath here, going at your pace. There's not a set amount that we're doing, we're just moving. You can close the eyes. And when you're ready, come back up and release. We're going to do a pose that I don't love, which means I should be doing it often, but it's a really great stretch for the feet. So just come forward almost to a tabletop position. Keep your knees as close together as you can, keeping the thighs together. Curl the toes under, sit back on your heels. And if you can reach around and you'd like, you can give your feet a little massage here. For most people, this is really an intense stretch, and if it feels painful, I don't want you to stay here. But notice the difference between uncomfortable and painful. And I say that because this stretch can really do a lot for you. We are on our feet all day and we hardly stretch our feet at all. In yoga, we work a lot with hips and shoulders and all this and that, but I think it's important to love on our feet just a little bit. So I'm trying to distract you because this is not this is not a Shavasana stretch, right? This is not the most comfortable, but you'll see really great benefits from just doing this pose a little here and there. All right, begin to rock forward, coming back to that tabletop. Uncurl the toes and just hit the tops of your feet down on the mat. All right, coming into downward facing dog. And this might feel good to pedal your feet here, especially after that shape. Or to curl the toes, press the top of the foot down in the earth, and then switch sides. And now from here, we're going to move into a 90-90 pose. So bring your right foot forward like you're coming into half pigeon, which we will get to. I want you to bring this left knee a little bit forward. It's probably going to be off your mat a little bit. That's okay. So 90-90, legs are both 90-degree angles here. And you can use your fingertips to kind of help you square your chest and hips forward because we have a tendency to kind of roll back. So as best you can, use the arms to really pivot the chest forward. And if it feels okay, you can just stay there with the hands on the earth if you need that support. Or if you'd like, maybe find a little bit of a challenge here where the hips are really having to work and bring the hands to the heart. So we're strengthening the muscles around the hips as we're stretching. So super important to do both of those things. Just another moment here. And then release. Bring that left leg forward. Just hug the knees into the chest here for a moment. And then come back into downward facing dog. You can take a vinyasa if you'd like, or just step back. And now bring the left leg forward, coming into 90-90 pose on the other side. Bring that right knee forward. Make sure your feet are active, so just slightly flexing the feet here. And then use the palms to help you really square the chest forward. Maybe you keep the hands down on the earth, Or you can bring the hands to your heart. Even closing your eyes here feels nice to just bring your awareness inward. Come back to the breath and the body. And release by bringing that right knee into the chest, hugging in for a moment. And back to downward facing dog. Let's move into half pigeon. If there's another form of this shape you prefer, you could actually come back to that 90-90 pose if you'd like. On the right, you can lie down on your back and take reclined pigeon, or double pigeon is always an option. Lift your right leg high and send it through. Come into half pigeon. Just pausing for a moment so you're not rolling onto the outer edge of that right hip. Square the hips forward. So like you're dipping that left hip down and lifting the right up slightly. Once you feel that, maybe you begin to walk forward and fold into this shape. Bring your awareness back to your body. And just notice here. Gently lift yourself back up and just pause at the top of this stretch for a moment. And then back to down dog. With your inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, come into half pigeon. And still be mindful of the breath here, even in these moments where we're in stillness. So even though there's less movement, still allow for the breath to be present. And gently come all the way up, pausing at the top. Let's just swing the back leg around. Extend your legs long out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Reach high on the inhale and fold, exhale. For the sake of this forward fold, just let your upper back and spine round. Maybe even dropping the head, bringing the chin towards the chest to get a stretch in the neck. gently come on up. Roll all the way down to your back where we will finish with an inversion. Feel free to use a wall. Putting your legs up the wall is always a really nice way to end your practice. I'm going to just keep my lower back on the earth here and extend the feet high. Feel free to rest your hands on your torso or along your sides. Soften your face here. Really letting the breath go. Clearing out anything that you need to let go of here with your exhale. As you're ready, begin to lower the legs all the way down. And we'll come into our final shape, extending your limbs long and letting the breath go. Shavasana. Without moving your body, just bring some awareness back. And start to deepen your breath here. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest and the weight of your body on your mat. And as you're ready, slowly find your way to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart as you close your eyes. Take a moment to reflect. And then take a deep breath in. Let it go. Thank you so much for practicing with me this afternoon. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you next Tuesday.